Hi, I'm Izzy, and this is Dizzy Quilts and Sews. Welcome to this week's episode of Friday Sews. Well, it's only been a couple of weeks since my last Friday Sews video, and I don't know why, but I'm feeling a little out of practice, a little rusty. But anyways, you all know what Friday Sews is about, so this is our weekly chat about what we've been up to in and out of the sewing room, and was brought to all of us by the wonderful Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. So thank you, Jen. All right, so I'm back from my trip to Greece, and I had a wonderful time, an absolutely wonderful time. It was amazing to spend time one-on-one with my beautiful, gorgeous, stunning daughter, Marianne. I can't say that I came home thinking I absolutely need to go back to Greece. I loved that I went, but to be completely honest, I was somewhat disappointed in parts of it, not all of it, but parts of it. Just to give you a quick example, Santorini is, in my opinion, a huge tourist trap. Everything is 3 times more expensive than everywhere else in Greece. There are tons of people everywhere, and yeah, it's just, I don't know. It didn't blow my mind, let's just say. However, I loved Crete. I thought the island was beautiful and green and full of trees and plants, and I don't know, I just loved Crete. The people were so nice and sweet and warm and funny. Anyhow, so bits of my trip I absolutely loved, and others I was like, I could have done without going there. Anywho, so that was a quick roundup of my trip. If you want to know more about everything I've done or everything we got up to during our 2 weeks in Greece, you can head over to my Instagram account, where I posted, I think, 4 times, so once for every location we visited, and did a quick recap of everything we got up to. Now, as far as sewing, since I got back, I'm going to be really honest and tell you that not much has happened. We got back on Saturday, and jet lag has just, taken its toll. I think I'm coming out of it now, but I basically went to bed at 7:30 or 8 o'clock 3 nights this week. I just could not stay up. So I didn't spend a whole lot of time down here. The only thing I did do is I got my Think Pink subscription box the day I left to go to Greece. So I opened it and filmed that part of the video. And then over the course of this week, I basically worked on my project, and it's this close from being done. So I'm hoping to finish it all up tonight after I record this, and then that video is going to come out on the channel on Tuesday next week. So that's the extent of the sewing that took place this week. But like I said, I'm feeling a little more like myself, except I don't know if you can hear it. I can hear it myself in my voice. I'm feeling a little bit nasally. I think it's just my allergies. I have hay fever, and my eyes have just been a little itchy. My nose has been itchy, and I'm feeling a little bit of pressure in my sinuses. But other than that, I'm back to normal, and I'm feeling a lot more human today, which is good. So in terms of my plans, I really need to get into gear and focus on frock tails for the next couple of weeks. So I have all of my fabrics washed and pressed and ready to cut into. So when I come down from the island on Sunday, the plan is to work on Marianne's Frocktails dress, so do all of the cutting on Sunday and then start the sewing over the course of the week. I'm under no illusion that I'm going to get it all done next week, but I want to at least progress it somewhat. And then I also have to have my precious fabric project done next week so that I can post a picture on Instagram before the deadline, which is September 30th. So I had a video come out this week. I was part of the vlogger tour for the Precious Fabric Challenge. So you all know I asked you all to vote and choose the favorite fabric out of the 4 I pulled out of my stash. So I'm hoping that Sunday I'll know exactly what fabric I'm going to cut into and cut into that while I've got all of my cutting instruments and layout all out. So Sunday is going to be a massive cutting out session with the frocktail dress, with my precious fabric project, and maybe even my frocktail outfit. Maybe. So that everything is just going to be cut and all I need to do is start sewing. So that's it. In terms of sewing, those are my plans, and that is everything I got up to in the sewing room this week. Now, I don't want to end my Friday Sews video this week without giving you a bit of a recap, evaluation maybe, on my capsule wardrobe that I took with me to Greece. So in case you haven't been around or you haven't seen that video, I decided to make myself a capsule wardrobe for my trip because my daughter and I travel with a carry-on only. So I took 13 pieces with me, 6 tops, 6 bottoms, and 1 layering piece or 1 cover-up. And I was to wear nothing but that for basically 12 days. And I'm happy to report that overall, my strategy was very, very successful. I wore a different outfit pretty much every day except for one day. I repeated the entire outfit. I wore all of the pieces at least twice, and I did not get bored, not even a little bit, of wearing the same garments. So in my books, that is success. Now, the least successful pieces. So I just want to talk to you about basically what really, really worked and what didn't work so well, given that I was wholly unprepared for the heat in Greece. Now, it was never below 32 degrees Celsius. Even at 6 a.m., it was already 25 or 27 degrees Celsius. It was just incredibly hot, very, very sunny, like no clouds at all for the whole 2 weeks, and a little bit of a breeze in some places, but in other places, nah. It was just harsh sun, heat, and high humidity. So on the first day, we had booked, like every time we travel, we do that. We book a free walking tour. So basically for 2.5 to 3 hours, you walk around the city, you learn a lot about its history, the culture, and the main sites around the city so that during your vacation, you can, decide where or what to do more in depth and what to explore a little bit more. So on our first day, we had booked a 2.5-hour walking tour of Athens. Now, the tour was at the end of the day, so I think it was scheduled to start at 6 p.m. So I wore my Gilbert top and Winslow culottes, like my matching set, made out of a linen cotton blend from Minerva. I figured that was probably the heaviest garments I had in my suitcase, but because it was after 6, I'll be fine, right? Well, let me tell you, I was hot. I was a hot, sweaty mess by the end of the tour. Not comfortable in the least. So the Winslows were not worn again after that day, and I wore my Gilbert top with a pair of shorts once when I knew that we would be on a ferry, an air-conditioned ferry, for a large part of the day. So that matching set, or those two garments, were not the most successful pieces in my wardrobe. On the flip side of that, though, on the second day, we visited the Acropolis. So we spent 3 hours, again, walking in the sun, in the heat, and this was from about 10 to 1. So probably the hottest time of day. We were out there walking around the Acropolis. And that day I wore my double gauze Remy Raglan. And you might remember, I'm not crazy about sewing double gauze, but oh my goodness, it is a miracle fabric to wear when it's hot out. I did not feel uncomfortable. I did not get super sweaty. I felt like my top gave me enough room, that the breeze was coming in and out, and it was such a comfortable top to wear. It was really, really good. I wore it with a pair of ready-to-wear shorts. So yeah, I was super comfortable all day, really good. And I wore that Remy another day where we took a tour around Crete and visited a farm and walked around. And so again, outside in the sun, and again, no complaints whatsoever. I was comfortable all day. Now, another super practical item that I want to talk about was my Vernon shirt. So my chambray Vernon shirt that I wore basically as a cover-up most of my time in Greece. So whenever I wore my bathing suit, because we were going to go on a cruise or we were going to hang out by the pool for an hour or two, I covered myself up with my Vernon, and it worked so well because, first of all, the chambray goes with the fabric of my bathing suit really, really well, but also it felt light and airy, but I still felt protected from the sun and the heat and everything. It was just fabulous, fabulous. I even got compliments on my shirt. And when I said to the person that I had made it, she was like, wow, that's impressive. I'm like, yes, thank you. So the Vernon cover-up was a very, very good idea to take with me. And while we're talking about a bathing suit, just a quick word on my Clearwater Summer Essentials bathing suit. I swam in the Mediterranean Sea. I swam in hotel pools, and I even swam in hot springs full of sulfur, and the fabric still looks brand new. The elastics are still holding up perfectly well. So I was really, really impressed. I kept asking Marianne, I don't know about all of you. Let me know in the comments if you all feel like that once in a while. Whenever I make pretty snug garments, like a bathing suit, like a tank top, that kind of thing, shorts or pants, if they're a little bit snug, I'm always afraid my seams are gonna pop. I don't know why. I don't know why they would, but I'm always a little bit worried about it. So I kept asking Marianne, I said, you need to let me know if my seams start coming apart, especially in my bathing suit bottom, if you know what I mean. But no issues, no wardrobe malfunctions whatsoever. The bathing suit was amazing. It was super comfortable to swim in. I felt pretty, I felt confident, I felt comfortable. I am so, so pleased with my bathing suit, and now I am determined to make myself at least one more so that I can switch things up a little bit. And also, And Carol from So Carol had warned me about this. Wearing a soggy bathing suit all day is not fun. So if I ever go away on vacation again and need a bathing suit, I'll bring at least 2 so that I can change out of my wet one and put on a dry one if I'm going to be by the pool or on a boat for any length of time. So, bathing suit, resounding success. Also, I wore my crazy pants on vacation. You'll all be happy to hear. I wore them a couple of times. So the first time I wore them was early on in the trip. We decided to book a table at a very nice restaurant in Athens on the beach, and I wore them with my purple chorus top. The picture I have is just my top half, unfortunately, but trust me, the crazy pants were worn that day, and yeah, they looked really, really nice. I also wore them on our last day, or not the day we were leaving to come home, but the day before, because we had a full day of museum visits planned and some souvenir shopping, and they were super comfortable to just walk around in Crete and do all of those activities. I have to say, wide leg elasticated waist pants in a flowy lightweight viscose are the ticket when you're in a hot place on vacation. They were so comfortable, they looked really pretty. So yeah, those pants were a huge success. I'm so glad most of you convinced me to take them with me on vacation, because yeah, they were great. And so overall, it really worked a treat. And if I ever go away like that for 2 weeks again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to create a capsule of tops and bottoms that all mix and match. It was just super simple. So what I did is, when we got to a place, to a location where we would be like 2 or 3 days, I would unpack the garments I knew I wanted to wear for those 2 or 3 days, hang them up in the closet. I do have some kind of spray that releases wrinkles and creases. So I would spray those garments, hang them in the closet, and then it was just a no-brainer. I'd get up the next morning, grab whatever I wanted to wear. Everything looked amazing. Everything matched. Everything went. It was so, so nice. Way better than just throwing a bunch of garments that you like and that you hope will go together and give you enough outfits for your entire trip. So highly recommend a capsule wardrobe for a holiday. One thing, however, that I learned while in Greece is that I do not enjoy wearing knit tops when it's really hot. And I think I knew that because all summer here and on weekends when I went to the island, I did not love wearing my knit tops in the heat. Viscose jersey or cotton jersey or whatever gets clingy and gets hot and it sticks to you when it's really, really hot. So during my trip, although I did bring a few knit tops, more often than not, I would reach for a woven top like this one. So this is my Be Mine top by Pattern Emporium, and a cotton lawn, a Liberty cotton lawn that I got in a Think Pink box. I wore this thing a couple times, and even though it's got long-ish sleeves, this was so nice and airy and breathable. I didn't feel muggy and sticky in this at all, but in a t-shirt that clung a little bit more, yeah, it wasn't the most comfortable thing in the world, if you know what I mean. So that's definitely a note I made for myself, that for next summer, I need to plan to make more casual woven tees for myself that I can wear on the weekends, or when I'm out running errands, or if I'm going to be outside in the heat. Something like this is way more comfortable than a clingy t-shirt. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for me this week. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up on your way out if you liked it, and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again, and I will see you soon.